Welcome to a new What If. If you've been on my Twitter, you would know that I've been showcasing this. This is What If Luz went to Sonic's world. This What If is a sister story to What If the Calamity Trio went to the Dragon Ball universe. So yeah, let's begin. Our story will start off as Luz is sent to the camp. She did not like her time at the camp. Yeah, her other cabin mates were nice, but she felt like she couldn't be herself. So one night she decided to run away. She packed her stuff, snuck out of her cabin, and out into the woods. It wasn't long before it was noticed that she was missing. The camp counselors and the hounds were sent to look after Luz. Luz hid away in an old abandoned mine shaft. However, unfortunately for Luz, one of the bridges that she crossed in the mine shaft broke under her feet, causing her to fall in the pits of the mine. As she falls, flashes of her life appear in front of her. As the last memory fades, she closes her eyes, accepting her fate. When she wakes up, she finds herself in a grassy field. She sits up in confusion, wondering where the hell she is. When she looks more around, she's seeing palm trees and what looks to be big loops. Luz looks around confused. When she picks herself up, she notices that her hand is more furry. She looks herself again, and she finds that not only her legs are more furry, but when she looks behind her, she sees a tail. She feels on her face and feels whiskers coming off. She feels where her mouth and nose should be is more out than normal. She is freaking out right now. She needs to get her mind back together, so she tries to incorporate some breathing technique that she saw in a show. It does help her, but not a lot. She's able to think more clearly now. She knows that she needs an explanation for what is happening to her. She needs to find civilization or someone. So she picked a direction of the field and started walking towards it. Luz is surprised at how easy it is to walk. With this apparently new body that she has, she figured that something would have been off. Even with the tail, she figured her balance would have been off, but no, it basically feels second nature to her, like she always had this. Luz continues walking for a few more hours. She's about to stop and rest. That is until she looks in the distance. She sees what she thinks is a person, or whatever she is, but it's blue. When Luz reaches the figure, she asks if they could help her. The figure says that, yeah, he can help her. However, the way he said it definitely set Luz's alarms off. She slowly backs away, but still trying to be polite. She tells the figure what has happened to her, but the more she speaks to him, the more she feels that something is wrong. After a moment or two, the figure slowly turns to Luz as he says, "You're like that because you're in my world." Luz sees that this figure has black eyes, red pupil, and with blood pooling out from his eyes. Without thinking, Luz runs away from this figure. However, to Luz's surprise, she's going extremely fast. She tries to slow herself down, but she ends up running into a tree. She hears a laugh and sees the figure flying towards her. Luz is able to roll out of the way as the figure strikes where she was. The figure turns to Luz with a smile, which causes Luz to pick herself up and run again. She's not running as fast as she was last time, but she's still running faster than her normal speed. Right now, Luz is taking anything that she can have. Right now, Luz is not going to question this speed. As long as it can keep her alive, she will gladly accept it. However, it does take a bit to get used to. Luckily to her, or unluckily anyways, the figure is just messing with her. After a few minutes of running, Luz ends up hiding from the figure. As she is hiding in the cave, the figure slowly walks past her, acting like he doesn't know where she is. The figure stops and says, "I'm gonna get you. After a moment or two of silence, Luz wants to believe that she lost the figure. But again, something's telling her that that is not the case. And she is right when she crouches at the perfect time as the figure's hand bursts through the wall where her head was. Luz screams as she runs away from this figure again, and the figure once again gives chase to Luz, laughing as he does so. When Luz turns back from the direction that she was running away, she sees the figure slowly flying towards her. Luz is pushing herself past this body's limit, a limit that she doesn't even know. But unfortunately for Luz, this creature just keeps catching up. As the creature catches up to Luz, he is about to deliver a strike to Luz's head. That is until, seemingly out of nowhere, Luz is enveloped by a plant and is taken underground. This surprises the creature, and he growls in frustration that this prey got away. The plant emerges in a lab, and as the plant opens, Luz flies out of the clutches of the plant and into a wall. Luz groans in pain as she pushes herself off against the wall. She staggers as she tries to regain her sense. I'm surprised you were able to survive for so long. Luz turns around and sees another animal-like creature like her. This animal is a bunny who is missing one of her ears, and one of her eyes is replaced with what looks to be a green rose. Luz tries to back away from this bunny, but her back is against the wall. Hey, no need to be scared. I was the one who rescued you. Honestly, if it wasn't for the Blight system, we wouldn't have been able to find you. Luz calms herself down when she realizes that she hasn't been captured, but rescued. I'm Willow. What's your name? The bunny says as she offers her hand out for a handshake. I'm Luz. Thank you for saving me, Luz says as she accepts the handshake. However, Luz feels something off about this hand. No problem. Like I said, it was the Blights that found you. Come on, they're gonna want to talk to you. So they leave what looks to be a greenhouse of sorts. As they're going through what looks to be an underground base, Luz sees that there are a bunch of other animal creatures. Most of them are maimed in some way. So, what is this? Is this a survivor's bunker? Yeah, you can say that. We're not the only bunkers though. That creature that you just encountered, he's been tormenting our world for years now. We don't know who he is or what his plan is. All we know that he took the hero Sonic the Hedgehog from us. Like I said, we don't know much about him. We don't know if he possessed Sonic or he killed him and took his body. We just don't know, and we can't figure it out. The creature is too strong for any of us. Honestly, only me and Amity were able to hold off against him, but not for long. In fact, Amity's with her dad right now trying to get upgraded. Upgraded? What is she, a robot? A cyborg, actually. Like all of us, we lost some parts of our bodies to this creature. Amity and I had it the worst. Yeah, I can see. Losing a part of your sight and hearing has to be bad. Yeah, sight and hearing. We're here, by the way. The doors open into a lab. You see two cats, one of them at a computer typing away, while the other one is looking at what is being typed. On the screen plays the encounter that Luz just had with this creature. Hey Amity, I brought her here. They turn to see Luz and Willow. Thank you, Willow. I'm glad you were able to get to her. Luz, this is Amity, and this is her dad. Hi. Willow says you guys found me? That's right. Dad here picked up a surge of energy. When we pinpointed the location in Green Hill, we sent out a small drone to try to find where it was. Instead, we found you being chased by the creature. Normally this creature would just kill anybody and torture them, but for some reason he just kept toying with you. The creature stopped toying with people a year ago, so it was a surprise to us. We had to save you. Thank you so much. They all turn to see Amity's dad as he looks at Luz with interest. Is something the matter? Amity's dad reaches into a desk and pulls out something. He points at the device at Luz, which causes Luz to step back a bit. When he looks at the device, he seems slightly surprised. Amity, look. What is it, Dad? Amity looks at the device that her dad is holding. Her eyes widen in surprise. This is the same reading that we found earlier. Miss Luz, it seems you have a power that could help us. What? Wait, what do you mean? Look at this, he says as he gets up and walks over to Luz and Willow. They look at it, and while they don't know much about this device, the fact that it shows a high reading is honestly something interesting. Willow looks to Luz with surprise and maybe hope in her eyes. You have a power that we have not seen since the Chaos Emerald. The fact that you have this power could save us all. What? I understand that the situation is overwhelming, but trust us, asking a kid to save the world is the last thing anybody wants. Willow and Amity tried many times before, but it seems that the more that they fight, the worse off they get. We're not asking you to fight right away. We can help you fine-tune this power. If I say no, will you kick me out? No, we will not kick you out. but can you really say no, knowing what we're facing? I'm pretty sure you passed by survivors on the way here. Let's just say the survivors you've seen walking around are as fortunate as the rich. The lucky ones are in the infirmary, recovering with supplies that we just do not have, and with the mixtures that Willow can barely keep up with demands. Dad, can we let her take the moment to absorb everything? I think we're pushing too hard on her. I know we're desperate, Dad, but as you know, putting all this on someone is not a good idea. We'll give you a day to absorb everything, Luz. No, I'll help you. Just tell me what to do. It's good. Come here. Alidor leads Luz to a section in his lab. He puts her in what seems to be a small chamber. He types away at a keyboard next to the chamber. As the glass comes down, Luz looks at him in concern. This is a virtual reality chamber. While this won't improve your physical strength, this can help you improve everything else. We can keep tabs on you as well as talk to you. Use this time to get a hold of that power of yours. We will help guide you to mastering this power. Hopefully we would have enough time to do so. A month in the real world passes. Luz is able to come out of the virtual world every now and then, but most of the time she spent in the virtual world. In the virtual world, she spent 3 years in there, mastering the powers that Amity's father, that she now knows as Alidor, has told her about. Not only that, but Amity and Willow at some point would have joined her, and thus they were able to get a feel for their fighting abilities. Luz finds out that Amity is in fact a cyborg. Her left arm and leg have been replaced with mechanical, but is plastered over with synthetic skin made by Alidor. Willow had it a lot worse. She finds out that half of Willow's body is completely gone, and that it is replaced with a bunch of vines and plants that she has attached to herself to keep herself from bleeding out. In a sense, Willow had turned herself into a half-plant creature, in that just like Amity, Willow's half is covered over with a synthetic skin, again made by Alidor. Luz also finds out that she is in fact an otter, which, given the situation that she is in, she can't really enjoy it because otters are one of her favorite animals. She tells the two about her world and how she used to live, and they look at her with starry eyes. They explain that they didn't grow up like this. They started when they were young. Amity lost her mother, which she doesn't really feel too bad, but she just feels empty. Amity lost one of her older siblings, which caused their twin to spiral. She's not seen them since the other one died. She just hopes that they're still alive. As the more they got to know each other, Amity starts developing kind of a crush on Luz, mainly because Luz is inspiring hope in her, and not just in Amity, but apparently to the bunker. Despite the situation, Luz is still radiating some sunshine, and it's because of this, people are starting to feel hope in this bunker. Rumors even begin spreading that Luz may be the reincarnation of Sonic the Hedgehog, the hero of this world. Some rumors are also stating that Luz is a living Chaos Emerald. It's all just a bunch of rumors, but one thing is clear, Luz gives them hope. And their hope is put to the test when the town that this bunker is hiding in is being attacked. Luz, Amity, and Willow heads up to the surface to find that it is in fact this creature destroying the city. They see this creature killing some people, most likely scavengers from other bunkers. Luz spin dashes into this creature, getting him off of one of his victims. The creature looks to see who attacked him, and when he sees Luz, he gives a chuckle, surprised that he found her after so long. Luz is able to fight defensively against this creature. However, when it seems that this creature is about to land a killing blow, his arm is caught by a vine. When he turns, he sees that it is Willow catching his arm. Before he can even fully turn to him, Amity rushes in and punches this creature in the stomach, sending him into a building. They pick up Luz and get ready to fight off this creature together. This creature charges at them, to which Willow summons a wall of vines to block the creature. As the creature goes around the vines, Luz once again spin dashes into this creature, and Amity following up the attack by once again punching this creature, but this time sending an energy blast with them. So as he collides with something, the energy blast explodes with him in it. Predictably, this doesn't do a lot to the creature, so he charges at them. The fight goes on for a few, for Willow being more defensive and trying to trap the creature with her plants, and Luz and Amity being the most damage dealer. However, that doesn't mean Willow hasn't done any damage herself. In fact, when it comes to all three of them, Willow is the strongest out of them. So even though Willow is being more defensive, Willow is the strongest out of them all. Not taking into account the power that Luz has because she has not used this power. That was one of the things that she couldn't fully master within the 3 years that she spent in virtual reality. The fight goes on for a few more seconds. That is until when Luz delivers an attack to this creature's head. Everything flashes for a moment and she seems to be back in this field again. At first she believes that she was dreaming, but then she hears something. She turns and sees the same hedgehog. However, unlike before, its eyes aren't black and red with blood. It's looking at her with a sad expression. This hedgehog tells Luz that this creature has stolen his body, meaning that it can be killed. Luz asks if this hedgehog is the hero Sonic. It just looks down with sadness, stating that he is no hero, that he couldn't save anybody. Luz tells him that she will defeat this creature and that she will put his soul to rest. The hedgehog looks at her with a sad smile. Luz is once again blinded by a white light. As the light dissipates, she finds herself in the ruins of the city. She picks herself up and looks around. She sees this creature holding Willow and Amity by their necks. Before he can finish them off by snapping their neck, Luz once again spin dashes into him and sends them flying, dropping Willow and Amity. They thank her and ask where was she. Luz tells them that she may have met Sonic the Hedgehog, which catches their attention. Luz tells them that this creature possessed Sonic, meaning that this is Sonic's body, so it means that they can kill it. When this creature returns, it is pissed. It lets out a roar, which ends up teleporting all 4 of them into a different location. Willow is face to face with a dismembered fox. Willow recognizes this character as Tails, the child genius that not even Alidor can keep up with. Willow has to fight this form of Tails, as it's obviously working for that demonic creature that possessed Sonic. This version of Tails is using every gadget that it ever had to try to fight Willow. Willow is having to keep up using all sorts of plants to not only deflect, but as well as use this weapon. Her main usage of the plants are having vines come out from her hands and using them as whips. Not only is it useful to attack, but since she can control these vines, she uses it to grab this version of Tails and either pulls them closer, slams them into the ground, or sends them flying. Either way, the vines are a good way for her to keep her range. We cut back to the creature who is fighting against Luz. This creature laughs at Luz as it proclaims its victory against them. Luz claims that this creature has done enough harm to his world. It's about time that he gets his justice. As she says this, what looks to be a rainbowish aura starts appearing around Luz. Cutting to Amity, we will see that she is fighting a deformed version of an echidna. She hasn't seen an echidna before, but she knows that there was one left guarding what would have been the Master Emerald. Unfortunately, when they went to Angel Island to retrieve it, it was not there. This echidna is very strong, so Amity has to use everything she can to fight against this echidna. She's putting everything that she knows to its absolute limit. Whether it be any energy blast she learned, any chaos ability that she managed to pick up. Unfortunately, it seems that this creature is familiar with these types of powers because it seems to either can negate it or just flat out deflect them pretty easily. So Amity has to mix these attacks in with her cybernetics. We will cut back to the fight against Luz and this creature. This creature is mocking Luz. Luz picks herself up from the crater that she was driven into. The creature sends out one powerful blast to try to kill Luz. Unfortunately for this creature, when the blasts hit, it has done nothing. The creature looks in surprise at Luz. Luz has what appears to be purplish outline to her, and her eyes change to a more pinkish color. When Luz launches herself to this creature, he sees many after images following Luz. When Luz slams into this creature, it hurt immensely for this creature. So when Luz sends him flying to the ground, he knows that he has to stop playing around. It is time for him to get serious. We will cut back to Willow and Amity. They have already defeated the deformed version of Tails and Knuckles, and now they're facing off against a deformed version of Dr. Eggman with his many robotic armies. They are getting overwhelmed by how many there are, and it seems that he has an unlimited supply of these robotics. Willow is using everything she can, using the ground, all the plants, everything, but there's just so many. Amity is using her ability to take out the ones that are in the air, whether it be teleported to them, sending energy blasts at them, or just straight up hitting them out of the sky. Amity tells Willow to try to hold them off of her just a little bit, to which Willow just looks at her crazy. But she sees what is happening with Amity's arm. The synthetic skin that was on Amity had been scraped away by her battle against Knuckles. She sees that their arm is glowing. Willow knows what is happening. She tries to tell Amity to stop, but Amity won't listen. As the arm gets brighter and brighter, Willow stops fighting the army and have her plans engulf both her and Amity, cutting Amity's arm that is glowing, causing it to fall to the ground. The arm releases in a powerful explosion that destroys everything in its path. When the explosion finishes, all you see is the burnt plant left on the ground. It moves for a bit until out pops up Amity. She looks around and sees that her plan worked. She looks back at the plant and moves it out of the way, trying to find Willow. And when she does, she sees Willow with only half of her body. Willow opens her one good eye and looks at Amity. Amity looks at her happily. Willow gives her a side grin as Willow starts using her plant abilities to try to repair her body. However, because the explosion basically destroyed everything in its radius, it's going to take a lot longer to do so. A shockwave catches both their attention. They look up and see both this creature and Luz fighting. Luz's body has turned from a dark brown to a pure purple. Every movement that Luz makes creates an after image following after her. As they look down on the fighting, they see that Luz is dominating this creature. This goes on for a few more minutes until Luz sends the creature flying and uses all her power to fire a blast at this creature. This creature tries to deflect it, but this power is just too much for him. The body that it has disintegrates, but the spirit that was possessing Sonic follows down the beam and goes to Luz. Luz hears this creature laughing in her ear, states that with his body he'll be invincible. However, Luz was expecting this creature. She knew that he would try to take her body when Sonic's body was destroyed, so she was mentally prepared for it, and with this ability that she has, she knows that she can overcome it. With a powerful yell, light pulls out from Luz's body. To both Willow and Amity, it is just light. However, to Luz, it is a bunch of souls coming out of her body. After the light show, everything ceases for a calm moment. Amity picks up Willow. They walk over to Luz. When Luz turns to them, they are shocked in horror when they see Luz's eye is now black with a red pupil. However, this horror only lasted for a few moments and is replaced with slight confusion when Luz fully turns to them and sees that her other eye is the normal eyes that she has. They're scared right now, but they're still confused. Luz exclaims that this creature tried to possess her. However, with the ability that she has, she was able to not only fight off this creature, but able to seal this creature within her. They look at each other with confusion. However, Luz's attention is caught by something else. She turns and sees spirits of Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Eggman. Sonic looks at her with a smile as their spirit fades away, finally being able to rest. Luz gives a smile to the spirits, and when she looks around, she sees many other spirits who have not yet passed on. However, to Willow and Amity, they cannot see a thing. Now that this creature has been defeated and contained within Luz, they can now start to rebuild. Years passes and the world was able to return to a sense of normalcy. Not completely, because the creature left a huge mark on the world. And now people don't have to constantly worry about their lives. Luz is able to fully absorb this being into her system. And so while she does show slight tendency of this creature, it is in the rare cases where she is in a fight. Her personality is still the dominant personality. And that is the end of this story. Again, if you followed my Twitter, this is not the story that I have been hyping up. This is in fact a different kind of a story that I'm making for Halloween. Hopefully it will be up by then. So yeah, you can see this one as kind of a preview of what I expect to use in the actual What If story. The What If itself is a sister What If to the Calamity Trio in Dragon Ball Z, but this story itself is not. If anything, I would make a Halloween special for the Calamity Trio one to be a sister story to this one. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Fireblade here, and I will see you later, or whatever I make. Bye!